Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about makeup products that I was influenced to buy, not necessarily from influencer marketing, but just the internet hype in general behind these products. And one could really argue that the majority of my makeup collection is due to internet hype and being influenced from that. So maybe we could phrase it more as fear of missing out on something good. Like, these are my FOMO products. Also, if you can hear my fan, sorry, it's hot. So I'm gonna do a full face of makeup products that I was influenced to buy from the internet, the interwebs, and some hits, some misses. It's not all bad. So this first product I bought because, I don't know, I just had this feeling about it, and a lot of it was due to people that I trusted. And when I say trusted, it means that they enjoy the same types of makeup as me, talk very nicely about something. I believe them because 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna like it too. And it's the Dior Foreverglow Star Filter. If there wasn't so much hype behind this, I probably would not have picked it up. But since there were so many people that I trusted on the internet talking about this and being like, yeah, if you love A, B, and C, this is the best one. So I was like, okay, well, it's the best one, so I bought it. And yeah, I have to agree, it really is the best one. I have this in the shade, what do I have this in? Where does it say? 2. I have this in the shade 2. So if you like the Hollywood Flawless Filter, you'll like this product. And if you like the Auric Glow Lust, you will also like this product. So you see, you don't get a lot. I'm taking this very dirty beauty blender, by the way, and no extra, like, it's not wet or anything. So as you can see, it does have a little bit of coverage, but it's also sheer. And it has the thinness of the Hollywood Flawless Filter, but just the prettiness of the Auric Glow Lust. It's like if the two had a baby and it became like this hybrid, beautiful product. And it also kind of like dries down a little bit without losing emollients and some type of, like, a little bit of hydration for the skin. I just think it's really, really lovely. So it does have a floral Dior fragrance, like all Dior products do. So if you're sensitive to that, then maybe the Auric Glow Lust or the Hollywood Flawless Filter might be better for you. It's just kind of just based on preference at this point in this, like, glowy illuminizer type of venture sort of thing. Like, it's just perfect. I don't know what else to say, but the internet was right. What's nice about a product like this is, like, you could use it with no makeup like this, or you could put it in your foundation, or you could really build it up on top of a completed makeup look and give yourself like a liquid illuminator moment, you know? Like, it's just perfect. It's so good. And it doesn't make your face really that sticky because it does, like, set down a little bit, but it doesn't lose, like, emollients or hydration or anything like that. It's not like, when I say dry down, I don't mean it's like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Spotlight highlighter or like the Cover FX. Do you remember those drops? Those always dried out my face and I didn't like it. It was very Tin Man. This is not Tin Man. Beautiful. This next product really took the internet by storm a few months ago because it's kind of what we always wanted from this brand, and at least for me, I had never tried anything from this brand before. So, mainly because there wasn't a lot of things in the collection that really spoke to me that much until the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint came out. And I honestly got this because there's so many people just saying, like, oh my god, like, I love this so much. It's perfect, blah, blah, blah. So I went into it thinking it was going to be like the Glossier skin tint. And that's how I applied it the first couple of times I ever used it. And I was like, oh god, this is really giving me like cake face, like, but also no coverage at the same time. Like, I don't find this product something you can build. And I still kind of stand by that. Like, as the warmer months have progressed and it's been unbearably hot, very humid days, very dry heat days, like all the type of heat you could imagine has been happening where I live. And I've been really putting this to the test. And it's just so-so. Like, I really hate to say it, but it hasn't really like grip left like any sort of like impact on me at all. Do I hate it? No. And am I going to use it up? Yeah. I have the shade T5, which is for light skin with olive undertones. So I'm taking about, it was like 2 little drops, and it has like kind of like a silicone-y thing going on with it. And this is a really cool green, almost like the green in this is super saturated for any of you light skin with olive undertone people out there. But if I put on more than that, it doesn't look good. And I can honestly say with my full chest that this formula, it's only gonna perform as good as the products that you have on underneath it. So if you have like a so-so moisturizer or primer or something on underneath, like catering to whatever skin type you have, like if it's not good or if you're kind of like meh about it, this is gonna look meh. So I have, So I have my favorite moisturizer type primer, and it's the Embryolisse Lait Creme Concentrate. Anytime I have like a very finicky product, this is what I use underneath it, because it will make your skin just perfect, essentially. But as you see, like I don't think much has happened. I don't really have a mirror. And you see I have a spot here, and it doesn't cover anything. It doesn't really correct any type of redness. It just kind of leaves this kind of silicone-y base, which it's nice. Like the texture is nice, but throughout the day, like I do have very balanced skin. If I'm not taking care of my skin does get very oily. I try to stay away from terms like normal skin because I just don't like how that sounds. So I would say that my skin, because I take care of it and I understand what it needs, it's balanced, but in the hotter months, it gets a little bit more oily in the T-zone. And I have found when I use this, I get sometimes like separation and like kind of like not pilling, like the product doesn't pill, but it's almost like these like little oil spots. And I can rub them back into my skin, but it's like weird, like almost like oil condensation. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's very odd. And it only happens when I use this product, which is odd to me. And I'm not going to try and build this up to show you guys because it doesn't work. And if anything, it'll just start to like get my smile lines and my forehead lines. And it's just, I don't know, it's not, I don't find that it's worth the money. But it's not bad either. It's just only going to perform as good as the product that you have on underneath it. And at that point, you could just use something like way cheaper and actually with a little bit of coverage. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of feels pointless. Like how the Glossier skin tint kind of feels a little pointless sometimes. It's just kind of like that, but more persnickety, because I don't find the Glossier skin tint persnickety. It's just water with a little bit of tint. And this is trying to be something else, but it's not. I feel like I was harsh. I don't hate it. People really come for me when I talk shit about this product, but I don't really think it's worth it. Just saying. Just, you're okay. This next product, I don't know if I would have bought if it wasn't for the internet hype, and mainly because of how expensive it is. Like I was just like, I don't know if it's gonna be that great. And that's the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick. Yes, I have this in the shade Biscuit. It's a really nice bronzer color. Like it's a nice color, you know, like, and it really does blend out really nice. I like this for my skin tone, for that kind of like shaping, but also not like skeleton looking kind of color and effect. I think it's a really good product. So it blends out just kind of on its own. And I don't even have to like look in a mirror or anything. Let me just stick it on eyelids. And I think why I like this color so much is because it's like that perfect like contour but neutral. So it has enough warmth in it that it's not going to make me look like a skeleton. You know, it does provide some warmth to my skin while also chiseling. That's what I was trying to say. Warmth while chiseling. They also have another shade. I really wish they had more shades. I don't think 2 shades is enough. But the other shade, depending on your skin tone, you could use it as kind of like a more like warm toned bronzer, or you could use it as a contour if you are a deeper skin tone. But I think that like for what I want this product to be, it does perform in the way I want it to perform. You know what I mean? Is it worth the money? I don't really know. I don't really deem that it's worth the Westman Atelier price. I feel like you're really just paying for the packaging, but the formula is really nice. I do enjoy the color, but I don't think that I would have purchased this if it wasn't for the internet. I don't think I would have purchased this if I was just like scrolling through my Sephora app or something like that. And it was just kind of like a more quiet brand, but everybody has been, ever since this has been available, people have been talking about it. And some people either love it or are really underwhelmed by it. And I think it's mostly due to the color, or lack of color choices. Because I've never heard anybody talk about how they don't like the formula. It's more so they don't like the color Biscuit, and the other color, I think it's called Truffle, would be way too dark for them. But anyways, that's the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit. And is it worth the money? Probably not, but I use it a lot and I'm very happy with it. Okay, this next product I definitely would not have purchased if I wasn't really pulled into the almost like cult of personality of this person. It's a makeup artist brand, and it's the Katie Jane Hughes Hyper Shine Kit. Is that what it's called? I don't know. It's the highlight stuff that she came out for the KJH brand. Which also, when I bought this, you could only buy it as a kit, which made it pretty expensive. But now she has it available as singles, which is really, really great. So I have mine in the shade Light Gold, and it has this brush, or how Katie would say it, brush. The concept behind this is that it's customizable, so you get this really pretty, very lightly pigmented cream highlight. That doesn't look very light. What am I saying? But it's sheer, it's nice. And it has its own type of emollients, like it's not dry, you know what I mean, like an eyeshadow. And then you get this Hyper Shine Serum, yeah, that's what it's called. And it's really nice, kind of gooey, clear goo. And it very much is like a serum. Let me pull this off. It looks like a lip gloss almost. And you can use this by itself, or you can mix it in together. All of the advertisements are these really satisfying, like super like long, filling this shit up with the serum. But I like to just take it onto the back of my hand. Ooh, that's a lot. Whoops. Don't use this much. It was already kind of coming out, but I really like to take like just a drop. God, mess that up. Okay. And then I swirl my brush into here. Okay, you following? We're just gonna use half of this. And then I mix onto the back of my hand. Just so it's just not like in my pot so much. I don't know. There's something about that where I'm just like, maybe no. And it just creates. Ooh, if you don't like glass skin or like a sticky face, this is not for you, okay? So if I had never known who Katie Jane Hughes was, or really liked her makeup techniques, or just like her personality in general, because that is a really big part of it as well, and just like wanting to support somebody who's just so like cool and nice, you know, or like appears to be nice at least, but also liking their makeup aesthetic in a very big way. Like, look at all that, like just kind of like rolling down my hand here. I'm like losing my light. I'm gonna wipe this up because that was a lot of serum accidentally. Anyways, if I had never seen her on the internet and I just like found this brand on the internet like by itself with no prior knowledge of who she was or her makeup aesthetic, I don't know if I would have bought it, but I'm not mad. Like, let me see in the viewfinder. Let me pull this shit. It's not metallic. It's not. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I can't get over how pretty it is. But and it's not like an everyday thing for me because it's just a lot of steps. It's a lot of steps, I'm gonna be honest. But it sits on the face really nicely, and other products go on top of it in a really beautiful way. Is it like super unique? Not that much, but I think that the formulation is there and it's very cosmetically elegant and it sits really beautiful on the skin. So not mad about the purchase, but I was definitely influenced and had major FOMO when I saw everybody else buying it, and I was like, I need that. But I didn't need it. I have so many like clear, balmy glass skin products. Like, I didn't need it, but I'm not unhappy that I bought it. You know what I mean? This next one, Patrick Ta face. What are you? The Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. I have this in the shade She's Baked. So you get a cream, which I really like the packaging. Like, it's nice. It's, you know, it's nice. You get the cream, and then you get a powder, and it's just, I have tried so hard. I've tried so hard to love you, but I just don't. And I only bought this because I bought it like a couple years after the fact too. Like, I didn't just like jump, but I definitely started to have FOMO because people are like, this is my favorite. I love it. And there's so many beautiful, like, almost like peanut butter type of colors, like, and then this beautiful terracotta, but there's just something about this powder formula that does not blend, my guy. She doesn't blend. It's so choppy. It's so choppy. And the cream, it's just like a balm. And you know me, and like, I'm not a big fan of a balmy blush. Like, I like a liquid blush, and I like a cream blush. Hell, I even like powder blushes, but like balmy blushes, there's no integrity to their formula. You know what I mean? If you're a person where blush just disappears on your face, like, this ain't gonna stay. It's not gonna stay. And I just want to love it so bad. I'm just gonna apply the balm on my face since I used that Katie Jane Hughes highlight. Because on a dry face, or not a dry face, but like a non like glowy prepped face, this I have problems getting this to blend out nicely on my skin. And it's not a color issue. The color is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with the color. It's my favorite color to wear. Like a reddish terracotta, you know? Like, I love that like earthy red, you know? But it's just, it's patchy. I don't know. And I keep trying my damnedest. Trying my goddamnness to get my money's worth with this, but I have to say that I'm disappointed. I don't really get it. I don't really get the hype, like, literally at all. I'm just gonna really work this in. And patting it like this will also kind of pick up a little of the extra serum that I accidentally got mixed in with that highlight. And you see, it doesn't look bad, but there's no staying power, and that's really disappointing to me because it's not like this is cheap. Like, and it doesn't feel like cheap makeup. Like, when you touch it, you're like, ooh. And I have tried wearing it with like the powder and then the cream on top, and it is lovely, and it does stay longer, but that's given that I got the powder application to look nice. And then I put this on top, and it's like, okay. Like, I'm just so underwhelmed by it. Like, I thought it was gonna be way nicer than what it is. And it's just a balm cream blush and just a very basic powder blush together. And I don't think I care about it at all. And that sucks. That really sucks. Sorry, Patrick. Like, I mean, looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, my makeup looks really nice. Like, I'm perfectly content with how it looks. It's just, there are just like certain things that I love so much more and have like better performance than, say, like the Lisa Eldridge Skin Tint and the Patrick Ta blushes. Everything else I've put on so far is so good. It's so good. Okay, now we're gonna get into eyes, and this is one of my favorite makeup brands, but I have really sensitive eyelids, not necessarily with eyeshadows, but for some reason, it's so strange. I wish I understood it. Eyeliners irritate the shit out of my eyes, like especially like a pencil liner. I've always gotten like bumps, or my eyes are always like really watery when I'm wearing them, and so I've never been able to like tightline or anything like that. And if I do like more of like a smoky eye, it's always like taking the tight line and putting powder there just for a little bit of longevity, but it'll be gone. Like, my eyes are so watery. Definitely having some FOMO with this product from Victoria Beckham, and it's the Satin Kajal eyeliner. Everybody loves these eyeliners. I've never like heard anybody speak ill of these products, because they're really creamy. They're almost like a cream eyeshadow that are so like malleable and just glide on, like it's like effortless, and so you can use them as like all over the eye to like get like a really solid base, or you can, you know, make like eyeliner looks, because that's what it is. Anyways, but I got the shade Cinnamon. Yeah, Cinnamon. I got the shade Cinnamon, and it's this really beautiful, I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it right now, but it's like a kind of like a warmish neutral brown, and it has like gold flecks in it. It's really, really pretty, and when the light hits it, it's like so pretty. It's so pretty, and I'll be honest, it doesn't do that thing where it makes my eyes watery and bumpy. I normally would have not even been tempted to buy this if it wasn't for people for so many years just being like, it's perfect, you need it. If you hate eyeliner, you will love this eyeliner. And it comes with this little spongy thing, which I normally don't, you know, mess with ever. I'm just kind of like, ew. But this is like firm enough that it actually moves the product instead of just kind of like smooching it. I don't know. Just follow me here. So I just kind of do this. This has kind of been like a summertime everyday eye thing for me, is just kind of doing one line and then kind of blending it out so you can see the sparkle a little bit more. Set this over here. And then I just kind of, that's kind of it. And then I clean it up even more, make it a little more sharper with my concealer, but it takes no time at all, and it's just so pretty, and it goes literally with everything, and it just kind of gives my eyes a little more, you know, kind of brings out the green in my hazel eyes, because most of the time people just think my eyes are brown, but when I wear something like this, or something that has like a little bit more of like a warmness to it, or like a reddish hue to it, people are like, oh, you have green in your eyes. And I'm like, yeah, surprise. Yeah, like that's literally it. Like, it takes no time at all. And then once you clean it up with concealer, you can make it like as sharp or defined as you want it to be. But it doesn't irritate my eyes. And it's just so pretty when the sunlight hits it and all the sparkles show. And it really enhances the color of my eyes. But this is the shade Cinnamon. And I would say that it's totally worth it. Like, I normally would not have bought this, but because of the internet, I did, and I'm not mad. I really, really enjoy it. And I think it looks really pretty. Okay, concealer. Concealer's been like a big thing the past couple of years, and I would say that my most influenced concealer that I've bought in the past couple of years is the Givenchy Prism Lead Skin Caring Concealer. I have this in my summer shade, which is N250. This is more like an all-over concealer shade for me. I think if it was just like scrolling through Sephora and seeing this, I don't think that I would have picked this up ever, because I just feel like it's another concealer. But then seeing people use it and like how it looked all over the face, and just like the colors, like the shade selection with this, I was like, it's really nice. It wasn't confusing at all, because I will say that my two other favorite concealers, which is the Kosas Revealer Concealer and the especially the Tower 28, like trying to figure out what shade you are in those is really hard. because sometimes you see two models and I'm like, I feel like that girl could wear so many different shades in this collection. And then Tower 28's definition of like warm, neutral, and cool is kind of skewed to me, because I remember there was like light with, I originally bought, this is a whole thing. I originally bought the shade EP in the Tower 28 Serum Concealer, and it's like straight up peach. And it was supposed to be light with neutral undertones. And my perfect shade is DTLA, which is, I think, light with cool undertones. And so like that was confusing for me. Anyways, I have the shade N250 in this right now. I also have shade N120 if I want something to be a little more brightening. But yeah, normally would not have picked this up if it wasn't for my fellow millennials being like, this is great. This is a great concealer for us. I'm gonna try and get, my face is very dewy. Cover this spot. The only thing I'll say about this concealer that I'm just kind of like, is that it's pretty light coverage. Like, it doesn't give you a lot of coverage, but the finish of it is just so lovely. Like, it's a really, really lovely finish, but it's not the best for spot concealing, which I'll show you. I'll blend that out last so you can see its potential, because it's not like a really bad spot, but it's just more red than anything. My hair, I tell you what. Some people don't like the way this looks under their eyes, and I think that's like a really personal thing. I'm pretty mid about the way I feel about this under my eyes. Like, it doesn't make my eyes look dry or crepey or like make me look old, because concealers can do that if it's not the right formulation for you. I would say that this is second place under my eyes. Like, Kosas is first because it's just literally perfect, but this is like really thin and reflective, not like glistening type reflective, but there is like some type of light reflectiveness in this particular formula that does brighten your face and make it look really, really healthy. But it's not the most hydrating slash creamy. It's a lot more like the Tower 28 Serum Concealer, where it's just kind of like thin and kind of serumy. But it does make your face look so pretty. I'm gonna show you how it, like, its potential for like one coat of coverage right here. Like, you see, it's not bad, but you can still tell that there's something there, which is okay with me. Like, I don't really like super full coverage. If I wanted to like really conceal it, I would go for my NARS Soft Matte Potted Concealer. Like, that's still the GOAT. It truly is the GOAT of all time when it comes to like concealing, you know what I mean? But I don't really care. It's hot out. It's gonna, you know, slip and slide anyways in like an hour. Anyways, that was the Givenchy Prism Libre concealer. I think it's really lovely. I'm not mad about it at all. It's one of my favorites now, and I really love the shade selection that it has given me with my skin tone. But I like it a lot. I do. I'm not mad that I purchased it. Let's put on some mascara. Everybody loves the Tower 28, including me. Probably would not have purchased this if everybody was not talking about it when it first came out. Because it's just, you know, with the advertising, you're just like, it's a mascara. You know what I mean? But then watching people use it, you're like, their eyelashes look really good. And I honestly have not looked back. Like, it's trumped my favorite mascara, which was the Victoria Beckham mascara for the longest time. Like a true tubing formula. Not very volumizing, but it just made your lashes just look like little butterfly wings. It was so pretty. But this, you can get some volume and length and separation because the comb is just really nice and it washes off pretty easily. Ugh. We're just gonna keep that there. My only complaint is that it doesn't have the longest shelf life. Like, it's not the most, like, you have like 2 months with this product, but I have learned a little hack with this particular formula. When it starts to feel a little dry, is as you're getting ready because mascara is usually one of the last steps, is like put it in your pocket or like in your pants or like in the crook of your leg if you're like sitting down, and it will kind of warm up the front. I learned this from Kelly Gooch. She said that she like holds her mascaras like in her like leg crease, and it warms them up if they're starting to get kind of dry because they're aging. And this is actually aging quite a bit. Like this is the longest tube that I think I've ever like kind of kept in my collection. Like it's not off, like it doesn't smell bad or anything, but it is starting to lean more towards the clumpy side, which this mascara is not clumpy at all. But if I keep it in, I'll just put it in my pocket until I'm ready to use it. And it works, it truly works. So thank you so much, Kelly Gooch. And this is one of those mascaras where you can make it look really natural, or you can really pump up the volume. And I really like to pump up the volume when I use my Victoria Beckham eyeliner. I think it looks just kind of like subtly sultry. You feel? Let's try. Oh god, it wasn't totally dry. We're just gonna... Yep. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. I'm just gonna try. Normally I would have waited a little bit longer, but like, it's hot in here. Let's go. I think that's gone, right? Moving on to lips. First things first, let's talk about the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils. I'm a drugstore lip pencil type of girly. We all know this if you're not new. Love the NYX pencils. They're great. Like they're just like my favorite. They are the GOAT to me. But these are a close second. Like these are really, really good. I have two shades. I have the shade Anywhere Caffeine, and my other shade is Endless Cacao. People are like really into this Endless Cacao shade, and it's kind of like a, I'll do it on this hand. It's like a cool brown, very sculpting. And every time I tried to use it, I was just kind of like, I don't feel like it's sitting well on my skin tone all that much. But you know where I like to use this? Because it's an anywhere pencil. Like you can use this anywhere on your face. I like to use this in my brows. You see? Yeah, I have this mixed with a NYX brow pencil, and I think it's like just that like cool enough brown that it matches, because my eyelashes and my eyebrows are a very like cool black, and so things pull too warm on me very easily, especially with like brow products. And this gives me like that kind of taupey coolness that naturally would be like the shadow. You know what I mean? And so that's how I utilize this one. My favorite one for the lips is the Anywhere Caffeine. It's a really, and I'll swatch it right next to it. Clearly much warmer. And that's just what I prefer on my lips. It's just me as a person. It goes with my coloring, no matter how like pale or tan I am. Is just like a warmer, like earthy brown sort of thing. Sometimes I like them a little bit more like peachy pink, and sometimes I like it a little bit more red, like the Ilia lip pencil in the shade Earthen. Like that's a beautiful like brownie terracotta, where this is like a brownie kind of pinky peach in a way. It's just really nice. And it's one of those products where I can put it all over the lips, or I can just line. And honestly, I don't know if I would have picked these up if it wasn't for everybody on the internet like loving them, like just singing such high praises about these, not only the formula but the colors as well. And I have to agree, I think it's a really good makeup product, and it's not just like a lip liner, it's a tool, like it's a makeup tool. Because Makeup Forever, they just went through so many changes, and I really think they're on the up. My makeup kit used to, when I was a working makeup artist, like it used to be mostly Makeup Forever. I loved their different types of, I loved their foundations, I loved their lipsticks, I loved so many things from Makeup Forever, and then they just kind of stopped coming out with things, and I thought they were, you know, going under, but they're coming back, and they've kind of like rebranded as like a makeup artist brand, which they always have been, but they're definitely catering even more towards like a makeup that a makeup artist would carry in their kit, like face palettes that have different undertones and blushes and bronzers and stuff like that, where you can mix and match and make personalized shades. And then formulations where they are compatible on anywhere in your face, you know what I mean? So you could get one of these in a color that you could contour, or if you liked one of these colors, like I'm sure if I drew this on my face and I buffed it out really quick, like it would make a really beautiful blush. So making these multi-use products that perform really, really well, I think these are great. These are so good. Okay, staying on lips, the next lip product, I'm just so like conflicted constantly because I love the formula. I just hate the packaging with a burning passion. And it's the Hourglass Glossy Balm. I have this in the shade Trace. It's a gorgeous nude shade, but it's in the most abhorrent packaging. I hate lip products with this kind of packaging. And so I haven't tried a lot of these, you know, things that I normally would have FOMO on because of they have this clicky, it's the clicky packaging, and then it just gets so gross. It's so gross. Like there's never like a sweet spot for you to get the right amount of product. So I'm gonna take it just a little bit above the edge. And this looks so beautiful on the lips, and that's why it's such a shame. But the packaging, just how it just makes me feel. Like pulling this out and it's just like covered in product. It just grosses me out. I really wish I had a better way of explaining it, but it's true. It's the packaging that prevents me from using this. And everybody was obsessed with it. And I saw somebody use this color and I was like, ooh, that's the best color ever. And the first couple times I used it, I was like, wow, is this about to be my favorite lip product ever? But it's not because of the packaging. But like, look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. I can't get over how pretty it is. But I just wish it was just a little bit more solid, so it could have been just like a regular twist. And you could twist down and it not make a mess, you know? But that's Trace. That's by Hourglass. If something like that doesn't bother you, I would say that this formula is divine. The way it makes your lips look is absolutely stunning. It's not very long lasting, but it just looks so pretty in the moment. But and you also don't get a lot of product, so how expensive it is, I don't remember how expensive it was. I'll put it somewhere. Just remember it's expensive for what it is, and not really worth it. Wish I bought something else. Wish I bought another like luxury makeup product with that, the money that I spent on that, for something that I barely use because of the packaging. You know, it's a little disappointing, but it is pretty. It is pretty. But if those things don't bother you, I would say get it because it's not a bad product. It's just gives me like blah blah, makes me go ew. You know. Okay, that's it. These are all of my makeup products that I was influenced to buy from the internet, and gave me quite the FOMO. So I bought them against sometimes better judgment or past experiences. But yeah, it's not like, as you see, like they all look good. Like it looks good. Like my makeup does not look bad, but it could be better. And it could last longer, and it could also be like cheaper or something that I preferred more with the money that I spent on it. But yeah, I would say the biggest fails, or the biggest, not even fails, because they're for somebody. They're just not for me. So they're not bad products. They're just kind of like, I expected more out of you because you were expensive. Lisa Eldridge Skin Tint Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balm, and the Patrick Ta cream and powder blush duo thing in the shade She's Baked. Shame on you for making me feel this way. But things that I love, the Katie Jane Hughes highlighting kit. Love it. It's beautiful. Makes your skin look great. Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils. Multitasking beautiful products. Tower 28 Make Waves Mascara. Givenchy Prism Libre Skin Caring Concealer. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. The Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. Really beautiful. Not for everybody, but it's beautiful. Expensive. Another expensive one, the Dior Foreverglow Star Filter. The best one. It's the best. It really is. It is. What can I say? I don't know. Don't regret those. Anyways, let me know makeup items that you were influenced to buy. That name one that you love and name one that you don't love. And let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!